Has anyone ever told you this? You can actually turn an old phone charger into a DIY handheld soldering iron. It might sound crazy, but it works surprisingly well. Stick around, and let me show you exactly how I pull it off. Regarding the circuit board inside this charger, it's not actually needed for this project. We can just set it aside for now and save it for another recycling idea later on. Once the circuit board is removed, I'm going to pack some cotton into the charger casing. Since this DIY soldering iron has a pretty simple design, the cotton will fill up that empty space inside and help keep the tip perfectly steady and secure. Now that the cotton is packed tightly into the charger casing, I'm going to go ahead and insert the key into the USB port. On my hand is a complete set of bolts, nuts, and metal washers. These small sizes are actually perfect for creating a really strong and durable connection. From this 2x2 electrical terminal block, I can repurpose one of the metal connectors inside as a bridge to link my DIY soldering tip with the threaded part of the bolt. If you have a dead AA battery lying around, don't throw it away. That would be such a waste. The carbon rod inside can actually be repurposed and crafted into a simple tip for our DIY soldering iron. This is a perfect choice because carbon is a highly conductive material and can withstand extreme heat without melting or losing its shape, making it an ideal heating element for a handheld soldering tool. Basically, this carbon rod is still quite damp, so we need to heat it over a flame to dry out completely. And just like that, a simple soldering tip is finished. It might be a little tricky when you first start out, but you'll definitely get the hang of it with a bit of practice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fit this DIY soldering tip right into its place. The electrical wire I'm using to connect this DIY soldering iron to the power source is a multi-strand type, which features many tiny copper cores braided together inside. This type of wire is actually perfect for our project because it's incredibly flexible and resistant to breaking even with constant movement. Plus, the braided structure provides a larger surface area for better conductivity and more efficient heat dissipation, making our DIY tool run much more smoothly and reliably. To keep the wire from getting in the way while we're soldering, I'm going to use some electrical tape to secure a portion of the wire along the side of the charger casing. With the other end of this wire, I'm going to set it up to connect with an alligator clip so that it's much easier to hook up to the power source. And here is the alligator clip I mentioned earlier. Using this clip is a real game changer because it allows for a super quick and secure connection without any permanent soldering. It's incredibly versatile, making it easy to switch between different power sources like batteries or a DC power supply in just a few seconds. Next, I'm also going to put together one more tool. A simple length of wire with an alligator clip attached to each end, which I'll use to connect to the negative terminal of the power source. This step is essential because it completes the electrical circuit, allowing current to flow from the power source through our DIY tool. By using a separate jumper wire with clips on both ends, we gain much more flexibility and a safer distance to manage the connections without having to struggle with short wires or loose contact. Using a small lead-acid battery to power our DIY soldering iron is a smart choice because it provides just the right amount of power. It delivers a steady voltage that's strong enough to heat up the carbon tip quickly without being so overpowered that it risks burning out the components or causing a short circuit. It looks like I didn't dry the soldering tip thoroughly earlier, so there's still a little bit of moisture left in it. Now, for the practical efficiency test, I'm going to run two small experiments so you can accurately judge just how well this DIY soldering iron performs. This is the most anticipated part of the project, so make sure you don't miss a single second. And there you have it. From simple household scraps, we built a powerful and efficient tool. This project proves that with a bit of creativity and technical understanding, you can solve any problem. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share your results in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next DIY project.